Yeah, we are back. We back with another episode of the No Box Sports Podcast, brought to you by No Box Entertainment. This is season 3, episode number 22, being brought to you. And in case you didn't know, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Dud.
And I'm the original CP3.
That's the original CP3, and you better not ever forget it. Speaking of forgetting, man, the season's over.
Yeah.
Season's over.
Yeah.
We gathered here today to lay the 76ers to rest. Excuse me for not having my black on. It's laundry day. But we are here to escort the 76ers to the graveyard, the 2025-2026 Philadelphia 76ers, your 7th seed 76ers season has ended once again in the second round, man. We didn't get out the second round.
You had to point that out.
Another mother effing year, man.
You had to point that out.
Yeah, I had to point it out because this is episode number 22. We is dealing with the twos, so I thought it was important to emphasize that we still didn't get out the first round.
Yo, that's
the whole process era. And we ain't been out the first round since 2000 and what round was that? Where what year was that where we made that little sneak attack with Iggy and that we wasn't posed to?
Wait,
I think that was the second round actually. When we lost it, we beat Chicago the first round, and then we lost to Boston.
Almost beat Boston.
I don't think
almost beat Boston
since the AI finals run, man.
Yeah, really. I think 2001.
Yeah, we almost beat Boston. We upset Chicago because D Rose got hurt. And then we almost beat Boston. So we haven't been out the second round in a long, long time, Philadelphia. And yeah, man. And let's just go ahead and get into it, man. We went out in the worst possible way you can go out. You know how sometimes they say it's all right to lose, just go out with a fight. That look like a fight to you?
Nah, man.
That ain't no fight, if you ask me.
That was definitely like Rocky and the Bulls like, throw the towel. Rocky 4 when Apollo was getting killed. Like, it was just that bad. It was just, it was over like the first quarter.
And in case y'all don't see, first quarter, bro, they went down 20 the first quarter of an elimination game, cuz.
Yeah.
How do you go down 20 the first quarter of an elimination game at home? Unacceptable, man. In case you don't know, go ahead and look at it. I don't even want to emphasize this, but we got swept. You see that? 4-0, 0-4.
The second quarter was good.
Second quarter was good, and we lost that quarter even by 5. We literally lost every quarter but the fourth, and then we lost by 30. It was ridiculous, man. The effort. I got so much to say and so much to get off my chest about these Philadelphia 76ers, man. And we definitely going to get into it, but we might as well just go back to the scene of the crime. We might as well. We here. We reporting it. We recovering it from A to Z. So let's go ahead and watch some highlights, man.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Low lights.
I gotta mute it because I ain't trying to get a little copyright. You know how that work. Man, I wish we can make this bigger, but we can't.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. We're gonna react to these highlights as we watch, and I'm sorry we gotta relive them, but we do.
Just bad, man.
Josh Hart. They shot the lights out this game, man. They shot the lights out. Brunson, 3, contested. Nope, it wasn't contested. Actually,
McBride was
this guy,
it.
Deuce McBride, man.
He
Speak
was
on
killing
him. Oh my gosh. How many threes he had the first quarter? I think he had.
I feel like it was
4.
5.
Look at that.
My
no
dad
contest.
I was watching with my dad. He was like, he had like 10. He felt like he had 10 threes in the first quarter. It was really bad, man.
Look, they just was hitting everything, man. Not only was we not really contesting and fighting, they came out on fire. Like literally.
I mean,
they had the rooms on for them.
Shamit, former Sixer, was killing us.
Habib. Look at this, man. It just was like a rain and threes. Look at it. Look at the score. It's not halftime yet.
Here we
go. Up 20, bro. They up 23. And this is how they ended the half. You know what I mean? When we was trying to make a little push, get it under 20, it just was ridiculous, man. It wasn't our night. We looked defeated.
It really was not. I mean, at this point, the decision is if you're watching the game, are you rooting for the Knicks or are you rooting against the Knicks? That's the question.
This makes no sense, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Look
at
that.
Bad. Oh,
look
gosh.
at this.
Yo,
getting the roll too.
That's crazy.
I say the Knicks was a better team than us. I got to be honest. It was a bad matchup. They had a bunch of length that could match up with our wings, make it difficult for Maxey. They had a player who can actually contest and throw a body on Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid couldn't stay in front of Cat. Nobody can do anything with Brunson. I mean, he's figured it out. He's figured out how to use his height, his base, and his savvy for the game to just basically have his way, especially with the 76ers. And this right here, this is all backups. This is the only quarter we won when we was playing against their backups.
So I mean, I used to root for the Knicks back in the 90s, but it's been a long time. It's back when the Sixers used to suck. But right now, like watching them do what they did to us, it's like it was definitely tough. It's one thing to have a battle. We go 5, maybe 6, even 7, but to get swept by the team after winning a game 7 against the Boston Celtics, to get swept by the next team, it's like it's tough, man. It's tough.
It's ridiculous, man. We came out flat. I couldn't believe that we were seeing that many contested shots.
Right.
And then when I come out, because I did a video when we got eliminated from the Knicks last game. It was the same last time, maybe 2 years ago. It was the same type of thing. Lack of effort. We didn't come out ready to play. This is the second time under Nick Nurse watch that we've been in the elimination game and haven't come out ready to play. And I'm not trying to really pile it all on Nick Nurse because we did go 7 with Boston and we were ready to play in those elimination games, but I don't know what happened to the effort. It looked like the coaching staff gave up. It looked like the players gave up, and it just was a bad, ugly thing to watch. And I don't know, when you get swept by a team that a lot of people think is coming into this series, a lot of people thought it was going to be a good series. A lot of people thought, this is going to be a good matchup, but to lose 4-0, something terribly went wrong. And now we just got to really figure it out. Where do we go from here as a 76ers fan base after a loss like this and the season ending like this? What do we do? What is next?
So, we already had a big change happen, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's like, I feel like Maxey has to really take ownership of this team. Like VJ Edgecomb is not he's a rookie. So like he needs a little more years under his belt before he can actually, step up and be considered the leader, right? So at this point, it's Maxey or Embiid. And I feel like Embiid just doesn't have the body, the health, to actually keep a whole season and actually be the person that we depend on. Like you really can't depend on Embiid. Paul George is definitely the old head of the group. So he's not a leader of a team. At this point, this is Maxey's team, and Maxey in this series seemed to defer to Joel Embiid. I get why he did it.
Often.
I get why he did it, but it's like at the end of the day, dude, you got to figure out how to get Embiid to kind of follow your lead. Like, I don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know if that can happen. I really don't know if that can happen, but that's the bottom line. Like, Embiid has to somehow get rid of some of his pride, and I feel like Tyrese has to kind of step up and be like, look, I'm the man of this team. I got to step up. The question is, I've actually heard this question of, do people believe that Maxey can actually be an alpha male? Okay. Can Maxey be an alpha male?
So you are operating under the assumption we got to run it back with this team. What needs to change going into next year? Like, we had to run this same team back out. Maxey would need to be the lead dog, unquestionably.
Same for starters. It's not necessarily run. I mean, actually, you could say same five if you want to count Kelly Oubre. I like Kelly. Kelly Oubre had a pretty decent season this year, I feel like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he's definitely of the four. You got Paul George, you got Joel Embiid, you got Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombs. Everybody else, you can change those guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into the roster reconstruction.
Yeah.
But
so
where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Maxey needs to step up.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that sentiment. I've been critical of Maxey throughout his time here in Philadelphia because my standard is championship or bust. I don't really have too much patience for the Cinderella story. You know, he's okay, he's good. Well, he wasn't expected to be this, so him being this is great. No. Tyrese Maxey has shown in the regular season, the last 2 years, that he can be a 30-point scorer. You know, you've shown that when Joel Embiid is out, you can kind of put a team on your back here and there. We need you to figure out a way to evolve your game, number one, to make players better. That's the thing that really, really grinds my gears about Tyrese Maxey.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question.
He don't make nobody better. He don't make nobody better. Can he do it, though?
When you watch him, do you see him? We've seen him. Let's just go with the last 2 years, because I feel like those are the last 2 years when he actually kind of came into his own. Do you really feel like, including this past year, do you really feel like he's actually that guy? Because I'm questioning. I know what I just said about we need him to be that guy. I'm not sure if that's in him. Like, this is the thing. You can need somebody to you know, not to go relationship analogy and stuff like that, but you can need somebody to be a certain way for you. But at the end of the day, if that's not who they are, you're actually wasting your time just still trying to kind of like hope that they're going to change and be that person. So do you really think Maxey can be that guy? Because I'm not sure.
Me personally, I don't think Maxey is the number one option.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that. I like how hard he works. I love his attitude. Mm-hmm. But I don't see top dog in him. I don't see like when everybody's on the court, mm-hmm. he's looking everybody in the eye and saying, "Yup, you already know what's about to happen. You know what's coming. You know how I'm coming." I see him lose confidence at times on the court. He don't make anyone better, and to me, he has a either or game. It's like if he's not hitting the three, he's not effective.
Right.
And that's my problem. It's like either you're full speed to the basket, trying to throw something up over contests, or you're making your three. It needs to be more variance to his game in order for me to call him a number one option. You need to be able to
especially with his height, because he's not big enough, or should I say tall enough, to get away with having the bad shooting nights and stuff like that. He's just not. Like, that's the thing. Like, they figure right. And the thing is when they stop him from driving, which a lot of times they kind of can,
1 for 7.
He got to figure out how to hit those threes, and he
minus 35. Now, I don't want to pile on Tyrese Maxey, but I don't think Tyrese Maxey is a number one option. I've been saying this. I like him perfectly next to a healthy Joel Embiid, but we barely get that now. So a shift needs to happen. But minus 35. I do want to say this about him. His finger was injured. He didn't talk too much about the finger. You can tell his finger was injured by his dribbling and his confidence in this series. So I do think that played a factor. So I don't want to pile on him. But I think I've seen enough of Tyrese Maxey trying to be the number one. I don't want to move into a future to where Tyrese Maxey is the number one and there's not a player like Joel behind him. Like a Tyrese Maxey and a VJ 1-2. I don't like that at all. I don't even need to see a test run of that. That's going to be perpetual 7th, 6th, 8th seed type of stuff. But if you look at the plus minus here, the person who had the lowest plus minus right here is Joel. I mean, they cooked this regardless, but minus 24, he came out 8 for 8. And really, he was the only one that looked like he was trying to win in the beginning. And that's kind of sad, man.
Especially because he was doing it possibly laboring.
He was laboring. Like, he was laboring. He was out there fighting. Right. I salute Joel Embiid for coming out there and still playing. I do blame the coaching staff for not strategically giving him game one off. I think that messed up our whole momentum this whole series. Like, you come out, you play him after that 7-game series. You know he's hampered. You know it's a 2-day turnaround. He looks terrible that game. Then you sit him. We have a close game the first game. Second game, he sit out. We got smoked. We got smoked the first game, right?
We got smoked with him playing.
We got smoked the first
game. Yeah, we had a better game with him sitting down and they sat him.
Had an okay game the second game.
Yes.
And then we got smoked the last 2 games. I think they should have set him the first game. I thought that was a miscalculation by the coaching staff as far as momentum go and strategic rest goes. The first game of a 7-game series, it matters, but it's like somebody has to win it. Like, it's not, nothing's decided after the first game. So if you sit him the first game, you bring him back the second game, he feel a little better. Maybe we could still win in New York. You didn't give us that possibility sitting him the second game.
But the other way you could look at that, every game we got blown out, Embiid played.
No, we're not a better team without Embiid. Not this version of.
I'm not saying we're a better team without.
That's him. That's what is insinuating. Okay, and people that insinuate that is starting to annoy me now, because how can you look at this Sixer team and think that you're going to be better without Embiid?
Let me say it. So I don't know if it's Nick Nurse's coaching or if it's just that the players defer to Embiid when he plays, but they got blown out in all 3 games that Embiid played. They played pretty well, except for at the end in game 2. So my point is, either Maxey has to figure out how to step up, me alpha male, if he can be one, or Nick Nurse, if he's still going to be the coach, has to figure out how to coach his team better so that Maxey becomes the lead and Embiid kind of goes.
There's no world in which Embiid is still on this team and Maxey becomes the top alpha. There's no world. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. There's too much of a little bro thing going on. Yeah. And as far as hampered as Embiid was coming down the stretch, he still was falling into 30, And Maxey scored 17 in the elimination game. So, I mean, if Maxey was doing it consistently, maybe Embiid can look at that and be like, okay, it's Maxey team. But I don't see that happening outside of a restructuring of this team. So where do we go from here? We need to go somewhere. And we can't stay put, I'll tell you that. What you were saying?
I'm going to say, honestly speaking, we may have to look at this next season as like how when you're in college, you want to take a break from college, you take a gap year. Like, I feel like this might be a gap year. Like,
for a Sixers fan?
For a Sixers fan. Like, you can kind of watch. Like, my thing is, they need to drop the prices. They know this team sucks. They're not going to. But for real, they need to reduce the prices in order for us to go. And if they're not going to, you are wasting your money next year if you're expecting this team to be like, you are actually just throwing out money. Which again, I'm sure there's some rich people There's a lot of rich Sixers fans out there that like to throw away money. But anybody that spend, I'm not buying tickets for this next upcoming season with this team. From what you just said, at least next year we're screwed. If we got to keep Embiid, which it sounds like from what I've heard, we probably have to. We are screwed.
Well, if you do not lower the tickets, we know Knicks fans that come in and buy them because that was disgusting. We seen them; they took over the Wells Fargo Center. It was like, are they cheering when we missed? Like this is ridiculous, man. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Right. And it's Knicks fans all over, especially Philly being this close to the city. I was talking crap like we going to the finals. They in my inbox. They talking crap during the text. And it makes me sick because I can't even like say anything back at this moment. Like
right.
0-4 is nothing I can say. It's not like y'all just got the call or y'all just caught hot fire one game. Is like definitively they spanked our ass like every way you can. And it's just bad. It's just a bad look for the 76ers. And now we saying where do we go from here? Because we can't stay here. So the 76ers fans, our advice to you is a gap year, you saying? A figure it out year?
You have to like
figure it out year for the 76ers fans. I think we need to make some wholesale changes from top to bottom.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know who we would get as a replacement coach. I don't even know if that's necessary. I don't know if I really have a problem with Nick Nurse. I do feel like Nick Nurse does seem like he was done. Like I do feel like the way he was this year, I feel like by the end, he probably wants out. I don't know if that's.
If I was him, I would want out. He's number one. I want him going. I want him going, and I do understand he was a victim of circumstances with Joel being hurt 60-70% of the time he's been the coach. Paul George being in and out the lineup 50% of the time he's been the coach. He hasn't had a chance to coach a basketball team consistently since he's been here. So I do give him that. But to me, in key situations, like the thing I had a problem with this series is this happened 3 times in this series. He took everybody out before the game was decided. In the playoffs, and I understand game 1. I do understand game 1. We was getting fried by like 30. It's the fourth quarter. We're not coming back from that. But he'll do it 3 minutes left in the game because they up 12, 13. I'm like, what are you doing? This is the playoffs. This is not the regular season. You played till the end. Tracy McGrady scored how many points in 12 seconds?
You know your team.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. This is professional sports. And unless you're doing it for a sports line or for Vegas, I don't understand why you taking the starting lineup out with 3 minutes left if they not down 20.
You know your team. You know the flow. My thing is, if you see that, okay, listen, I got Embiid. I'm trying to make. I don't know if we can actually make this run with Embiid being the way he is. He's battled through this whole game, and I don't know if he can, make a big of a difference in 3 minutes down by 12. So I need to make sure I preserve his body for the next game. Maybe he has a better resurgence to the next game. Paul George,
not in the playoffs.
He's old. He's just old, man. Paul George is old.
Not in the playoffs, bro. I don't agree with
Tyrese Maxey, you said it yourself. Tyrese Maxey had a finger issue.
Yeah.
I don't know how serious that finger, but it's like, what if he's already down by 12 with 3 minutes in a professional NBA game with a team looking as hot as they've been looking for most of those games? You're down by 12 to the Knicks. I don't think he saw it. He's like, yo, listen, is it better for me to think that my team, delude myself into thinking my team is going to make some crazy comeback against this top team, or do I preserve them and hope maybe we can steal the next game? I think it's just his hands was tied.
You had no problem with him waving a white flag before
his hands was tied. This team is not great.
I don't care, bro. It's just a certain mentality you have as a warrior, certain mentality you have when your season's on the line. And I'm just not throwing in the towel like Nick Nurse do all the time. I don't like that coaching style. It doesn't lend to anything happening the next game. It's not like you're reserving anything, nigga. It's do or die. It's win or go home. He did that a few times. And and I seen his emotions on the bench a few times. He's sitting there pouting, throwing tantrums. Are you a coach or not? It seems like when he know he can't win a game in his mind, he just withdraws. And I don't like that. I do not like that. That is not the mark of a championship coach to me. You can get lucky and win one because Kawhi's on the tier and the rims is on in Toronto, but are you really a championship coach? I don't like what I've seen out of Nick Nurse, even given the circumstances. I'm not willing to give him another pass and see what he can do again, especially if we're not retooling this whole roster. I want Nick Nurse going. I want changes from the top to the bottom, and we already started making some changes, if you want to be honest, because Daryl Morey is out the door. The boy who came here just to make James Harden the 76er. He did what he came to do. He did what he came to do. James Harden
he did do that. He did do that.
He brought him here about 2 years too late. And we kept him for a year and a half, and now they're not even friends no more. Daryl Morey, he's stuck in the past, man. He's stuck in the past. All his moves seem a day late and a dollar short. Mm-hmm. You bringing Paul George over for a max contract at 34. Make it make sense. You reeing up JoJo fresh off knee surgery, might not even be able to play this season. Make it make sense. You passing on Ace Belly for VJ Edgecombs. I'm not going to judge that one yet.
Whoa. VJ was, come on, man. VJ was pretty good. That wasn't a bad one.
That will remain to be seen. That will remain to be seen.
I think we okay.
We got to look at Ace Belly versus VJ Edgecombs. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm saluting VJ. Mm-hmm. You had a great rookie season. Consider all things considered, you had a great rookie season. Your ceiling is very high. Your ceiling is very high, so we'll see how you develop. I don't want to speak against your development because you seem like you got the right attitude. But let's be honest, he's an undersized guard. You're not a point guard. You're never going to be a point guard. You don't have the handle.
He is a dog, though.
He's a dog that I would love to have on my team as a third or fourth option.
That's fine.
Nothing higher than that.
That's fine.
But to me, man, everything Daryl Morey has tried to done ain't hit. Ain't none of the moves hit. None of the moves hit.
We don't count Maxey.
Maxey was a late round flyer that we developed. That's
Did he draft him?
It was during his regime where we drafted Maxey. A late round hit in Maxey. But now we're trying to see where Maxey belongs. Do we need to put our chips behind Maxey, or do we need to go ahead and trade Maxey and just start over? But I do think him firing Daryl Morey, something needed to happen. Mm-hmm. Something needed to happen. So I don't have a problem with Daryl Morey getting fired. The only white guy named Daryl I know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know another white guy named Daryl. Darren, yes. Daryl, no.
Never trust a white guy named Daryl. That's what we learned from Mr. Morey. You came in here, you had the world at your feet, all of those picks, all of those assets, and we still didn't get out the second round. It was like, what are you doing? You hired Doc Rivers. Why? I have no idea why you hired Doc Rivers. That still makes no sense to me why anybody would hire Doc Rivers.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a little, based on it was him or Brett Brown, I was actually a little excited about the Doc Rivers one, but I guess I still believe that maybe with the team that we had at that time. But yeah, you're right. In hindsight, you
hired a coach that had just gave up a 3-1 lead when he was with the Clippers.
Right.
You bring in James Harden, who's a notorious choker, and then you pair him with Joel Embiid, who has come up small in big time moments throughout his career.
Whoa.
I'm talking about versus Boston. He wound up crying and flailing and looking like he's just defeated every time we done face Boston except for this year.
Okay. So he did it.
Did what? Beat a team with just Jaylen Brown and a bunch of YMCA rec league guys. Come on, man. That wasn't shit. And I'm mad because I told people we was going to the finals.
Wow. Well, that was your mistake. It was going to be round by round. I don't know why you said that. I don't know why you thought that.
I'm thinking this team had a little bit of heart. We didn't lose because they were miles better. They beat us on effort. Yeah. How many second chance points? How many open threes we going to sit there and look at? This was like, wow, y'all don't want to play with this team, huh?
But this team always gave second chance. Like they weren't during the regular season. We talked about this. We talked about this privately. We talked about this on the podcast. They didn't know how, for whatever reason, they were not a good rebounding team. It's like, but once we beat Boston, people was like, wait a minute. They magically figured it out. No, they even with Boston, they struggle with that. But we forgot about it because we were hype about Boston, and I get that. But the reality is, we do got some work to do with that roster. You're probably right about Nick Nurse, because I mean that's got to be a change. But I don't know. I feel like everybody, listen, y'all just gonna have to look at this next year. We can get rid of Nick Nurse. We can get a new coach. That's fine. I'm not sure who you can replace him with. We can get a new coach. We need to figure out a new GM first. That'll tell us if we're gonna get a new coach. But the thing is that we just need to look at this year as 8th seed is the best. 8th seed is the highest. 8th seed is the highest ceiling.
They're not going to do that, man. It's Philadelphia.
All right.
When we step up to the plates, you know what we do, man. We don't go into anything thinking we're going to lose and not expecting much, especially when we hear these reports. Joel's the healthiest he's been. He's ready for the start of the season. Paul George went and got Evitro. His headline even went down a few inches. Tyrese Maxey cut his hair, went back to like it's about to be. VJ got the AI braids now. We're going to be right back here doing the same thing over again next year. The only way anything's going to change is if you clean house. And I'm telling you, I am a component of cleaning the house, starting with Daryl Morey, next Nick Nurse, and then go down the roster and purge it. There's nothing coming from this team. I'm tired of being on the Joel Embiid roller coaster. I had enough of it, man.
We can't trade him, though. I think financially we can, but let's move on.
Well, let's go ahead and play GM then, man, because we talking about this stuff, man. Would you have fired Morey?
Yes.
Okay, we both would have fired Morey. Let's go to Nick Nurse. What you doing with Nick Nurse?
I'm fine with firing Nick Nurse. I don't know who the replacement is, but I'm fine with firing Nick Nurse.
You are the GM. Are you firing him or not? Not you fine with it.
Oh, first of all, I don't like your tone, but yes, I'm firing Nick Nurse.
Okay, so we both firing Nick Nurse. Yeah. Good.
Firing Nick Nurse, check.
You could work in my front office. But let's go down this roster now, because this is where it really comes into play now. First decision we got to make now.
Now, do we hire JJ Redick if we fire Nick Nurse?
I'll hire JJ. I hire anybody that's new and still hungry. I'll hire anybody that's a basketball mind and new and still hungry. But let's go down the roster, man. I want to preface this with saying we know the contracts is tough. We know it's going to be hard to trade. We know it's going to be impossible to cut. We know.
Okay.
But we're here to play GM, so that's what we're going to do. We can go down the roster. We're going to start with Paul George, man. What you doing with Paul George? You bringing him back or you moving him?
I like Paul George for the problem is, like you said, we're not worried about the money. I like Paul George. I'm not expecting a whole lot from Paul George. So
the
Paul
money
George
is the money
for the team. For like, I'm fine with Paul George staying on the team. I'm not firing or trading or whatever Paul George. Yes, keeping Paul George.
Okay, I'm keeping Paul George as well. So you can work in my front office. I'm keeping Paul George. I don't like the money. We already gave away the money.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We already gave away the money. There's nothing we could do about it. Paul George has shown he can be a third option or a second option. So I don't have a problem with him sliding in and being somebody that can help the big guns or somebody that's just there to keep it afloat for our just whatever seasons. I'm fine with him being that guy. So Paul George, we agree on. Kelly Oubre.
I like Kelly Oubre. I thought Kelly Oubre had a good season this year, and I think he's good to have on the bench. So yes, Kelly Oubre can stay.
Kelly Oubre can stay. Okay, so you bringing back 2 6'9", 6'8" versatile wing players that can defend and play ball. I don't have a problem with bringing back Kelly Oubre either.
Kelly Oubre can come off the bench, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to start. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's the thing. He can spell George or vice versa.
Okay, I'll keep Kelly Oubre too. That's not necessarily moving the needle one way or another for me. I can keep Kelly Oubre. VJ Edgecombs. What we doing with VJ Edgecombs? I know we just drafted him. Do you want him to develop into? Are you looking at him like a main guy? Are you looking at, because there's a lot of talk with this VJ Maxey stuff. Yeah, he's staying on the team. We're not trading him, obviously.
See what I like. I think I would have a tougher dilemma if we had kept the McCain. Mm-hmm. But the fact that we don't have, because what I like about VJ is I like the dog in him, but I also like the fact that he can actually be a backup point guard. Like, he's not just like, you know what I mean? Like, he actually
no.
So you can't. No. You want to bring him up the bench as a backup?
He cannot be a backup point guard. Absolutely not. He doesn't have handle. He hasn't. He wasn't even handling the ball until he got to the league. He don't have no handle, bro. Okay. If you watch him play the game,
all right, my bad.
Very robotic. He cannot run no team. And I don't like putting ceilings on players. I really don't.
Yeah,
because he's a young guy. He's developing. Mm-hmm. He's not a point guard. He's not a point guard, bro. He's a defender. I see him as a 3-and-D guy with a little bit more of a bag than a 3-and-D guy. Mm-hmm. And just a real dog and some serious athletic hops that can get some posters and uplift a team. So
we're still keeping him.
Keeping him.
On that part.
Keeping him.
Yeah.
But what option is he?
Unless we can get a really great, I'll say this, unless we get a really great tip, I feel like I'm keeping him.
We can keep him for next season. I don't want the fan base. I don't want to lose the fan base as the GM. But he can be the last one that goes if I get a good trade package.
That's fair.
And I can either reboot it all the way or revamp this team on the fly. But I'm not in a rush to move VJ. I would like to see him develop 2 or 3 more years, see what he could turn into. Sky is the limit, technically.
Right.
Maxey, Tyrese Maxey. What we doing with Tyrese Maxey?
That's the tough one, man.
Ooh.
I'm definitely putting out trade. What they call it?
Trade baits.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing what's out there.
Yeah,
I'm definitely seeing what's out there, but I see Maxey again. Like, I agree with you what you said about he's not. You don't expect him to be the man. If he's not the man on your team, like if he's the second option, maybe third, you have a really good team. If he's the first option, probably not a good team.
Yeah.
So it's like if we can figure out how to make him the second option, then keep him. But if we can't, and he's tradable, and we can actually get something good for him, I'm probably trading him.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Maxey. I'm not looking at him as a franchise pillar. I think he is our most attractive piece at this point with us signing him early and him being so young. If a team want him and got some real draft picks that we can flip for him, I will consider moving Maxey. I'm not in a rush to. I'm not eager to. But in my mind, organization, I'm not looking at Maxey as a number one. I'm not looking at.
You agree that he's like another Lou Williams? Almost, maybe a better version of Lou Williams in a sense.
I can see that dynamic. To me, he got one speed of play. Mm-hmm. He needs to learn how to manipulate the game a little better and make others better, and his value will explode. Because his skill set by itself doesn't make people better. Like a guy like Steph Curry, he shoot the lights out. So if you just on the court next to him at that size, you automatically going to be better. That's not necessarily the case with Maxey.
No.
But I do like his progression he's made every year. Don't get me wrong. Every year he's come back a better player. So I do think he'll come back a better player. But as a franchise, I'm not putting all my chips behind Maxey. I'm just not. So like you said, I think we agree, man. I would take calls about Maxey. But as a franchise, I'm thinking that this guy is our second option at best. We're not gonna go. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say the next person. Ideally, if we could, again, we're not talking about money. If we could just figure out how to trade, if we could trade Joel Embiid for that first option to kind of make Tyrese, if we could do that, that would be great. The problem is, like you said, we got to think about the money. But if we weren't worried about the money, that part, being able to trade Joel Embiid for a first option to kind of make Tyrese the second, that would be what I would want to do. If I really, talking about as a GM, that's really what I would be pushing for hard.
Yeah. So Joel Embiid, you definitely want to trade
if we can get a first option. I like what you're talking about in regards to we get a first option for him, and Maxey's the second option, and Paul George the third option. I like that idea. I like that look. That might make me more encouraged.
See, the thing about Joel Embiid, I'm not expecting to get anything near what Joel Embiid talent level is when he's healthy. Right. We're selling him at a discount. To be realistic, if we can get a first round pick for Joel Embiid from a team that feel like they're missing one piece and, they want to give up their first round pick, maybe some second round picks and a player, I'm down for that. I do want to move on from Joel Embiid, and I do want to say this wholeheartedly. Joel Hines Embiid, I salute you, brother. You came back. You fought through all of injuries. I'm not going to call you soft. To me, you did want to play basketball. You push your body. And when you first got drafted, you came in with 2 injuries that kept you out for 2 seasons before you played. So we actually got a better return on our investment than we ever hoped for with Joel Embiid. Because to be honest, a 7-foot plus guy, back problems and knee problems before he even play a minute of NBA basketball, it don't usually go like this. We sitting here 13 years later, damn near talking about Joel Embiid and what he did. A couple MVP seasons, one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history, one of the most effortless scorers, talented big men ever. I'm saluting your career as a Philadelphia 76ers, but I can't do it no more, man. You can't play back-to-backs. You miss key games. We can't build the team around you at this point. It's like if you there, you a bonus. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, I don't think everybody can recalibrate their mindsets to look at Joel Embiid like if he's there, he there is a plus. We just not worried about him.
The main person's him. If he could do that.
No, it's not him, bro. It's not him. It's the franchise. It's the organization. It's the coach. No, if he come back and y'all passing me the ball every time, what am I supposed to do?
No. What I'm saying is he would have to be the first one to say, listen, this is Maxey's team. We got to figure out, talk to the coach. We got to figure out a way to push. I'm just saying that out of all that we have, this is Maxey's team. We got to let him run it, and I'm getting where I fit in. He has to be the one to say that. I don't see him doing that. I agree with you. And so you're talking about everybody, including him. I don't see him doing that, and that's the conundrum that we have right now.
He won't never do it, right? Because the vibes is it's the 76ers. When he step on that court, give me the ball, and the coaches agree, the players agree, and that's his mindset. It'll take a whole change of a regime like I want to see come in here and let him know, no, you're a center. We don't even want you to average 20, my guy. We want you to be healthy and get. Could you picture a world where he's not trying to average 20? No. He not shooting 15, 16 to 20 times a game.
Bro, he is hobbled and all. He's still so great. It's tough. It's tough. I'd rather be a GM than a coach.
Listen, tough. Joel Hines Embiid, if you want to be a Philadelphia 76ers, you got to change your game, brother.
You do. You
I know
really
you
do.
I know you like shooting the threes now, and that's cool.
Humble yourself.
But you have to focus on rebounding, just getting stronger and playing around the basket.
Yeah.
Being a great pick guy. And we know any given night, Joel Embiid can sting you. It has to be one of them things that's like, damn, Joel going off tonight. Not, oh, let's stop Joel and we stop everything. Yep. It just needs to be a total rebranding. But for me, I don't even want to go through the rebranding. I had enough, man. I've been hurt by Embiid too many times.
Yeah.
He's let us down too many times. And I know it's not his fault. I know if he had it his way, it would have been different. But at some point, it just is what it is, man. I don't want to see the same movie again. This was the last year I was willing to do it. This was the last year I was willing to do it. If you go back to those episodes early on, you'll hear me speaking about it. I can't do it no more, man. So I don't care what we got to do. We just need a fresh start for Philadelphia and a fresh start for Joel Embiid.
Right.
We just need to move on, bro. If we got to rock out with Maxey as the number one and VJ taking one step forward and PG and maybe add a few more players and really be a legit 7-8 seed, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, you know. But this year we had too much talent to be a 7-8 seed. We was a fake 7th-8 seed. But you know, we both feel the same about Embiid. We're moving on if we can, correct?
Yes, correct. That we agree.
And you are okay with him staying if he can make adjustments.
That's the key thing. I meing, if he can make adjustments, yeah, man, bro. Well, I'm with you. If he can make adjustments, we'll be better off. But I think we both are skeptical of him doing that.
I'm trading Embiid. I'm giving you a salute to service. Good stuff. Yeah. Go win the championship. Go somewhere else. Go play with Anthony Edwards or somebody ready to win. And you know,
real quick,
where you fit in.
Real quick, all the people that want to compare him and AI, can he actually say this dude is a better player than AI if this dude can't get out the second round?
Well, AI got out the first round, got out the second round one time. So, I mean, at least
he can't get out no time. That's what I'm saying.
At least he did it. I would never say he's a better player than AI. I seen AI literally die on the court for us.
Okay.
Being 6 foot, 180 pounds, soaking wet. AI just was different.
But you know what I'm saying. You've heard it.
I know what you're saying. I can say at the prime, the height of both of their careers.
Yes,
Joel had a higher impact on the game than AI. I could say that. At the height of both of their careers, when Joel was MVP, the first 2 years he got jerked for it, where he was literally the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah,
as far as protecting the rim, and nobody could do nothing with him scoring wise. He literally can fall into 40.
Right.
AI can always fall into 30, 40, but come on, man. AI wasn't
better player, less successful. That's what you're saying.
Better player at the height of his career, not a better career, not a better job carrying the franchise. Definitely didn't do more with AI, and he had way more talent than AI. So he can't be above AI in no conversation besides if you just want to talk about a prime year. His prime year was ridiculous. That's not act crazy.
Okay.
Like he was literally controlling the game on both ends of the floor when he was in his prime. When AI was in his prime, he was a walking 30, 35 point scorer, maybe get you 2 steals a game. He gonna be hell for whoever's guarding him. But defensively, nobody ever mentioned AI at all. And that's the difference between Joel and AI when we talk about comparing careers. But I don't think it's a comparison, honestly.
Right.
That's the only vacuum to where you really can compare them at the heights of their career. Who is better?
Yep. I just know AI didn't play with James Harden.
AI ain't play with Harden. He ain't play with He ain't play with Jimmy Butler. He ain't play with Tobias Harris. He ain't play with Tyrese Maxey. He ain't play with Markelle Fultz. He ain't play with a lot of people. Yeah. He ain't play with a lot of people that Joel Embiid played with. Now he playing with VJ and Paul George. So it is what it is. Right. I'm not here to really pile on you, but bro. We had the end of the road. We had the end of the road for Joel Embiid. Salute to you, Joel. No shade from me. I do like the way you came back. The only reason we got past Boston apparently was because of you.
Yes.
And you couldn't take us past New York. It was they had way too much for one person to do that.
Yep.
So that's how I look around. That's what we doing as GMs. We seeing them. We taking calls about Maxey, but we not in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
We will. We really listen. Y'all can have Embiid. Everybody else coming back. VJ, we might be able to listen to a deal if it's really right. But you know, and we definitely want Nick Nurse going. Daryl Morey is already going. So that's us being GM. We're rolling the next season with expectations of being competitive, not a total rebuild, but being competitive, middle of the East, somewhere around here. And that's really what we did this year with Joel on the roster because Nick's barely paid, you know.
Yep.
But we can adjust that expectation going into the next year. So that's our playing GM. That's what we would do. Y'all let us know what y'all would do down there in the comments as we lay the 76ers to rest. But you know, there's a lot of basketball still going on. This is the No Box Sports Podcast. This is season 3, episode 22. It's brought to you by No Box Entertainment, and I'm your host, Uncle Dud.
And I'm the original CP3.
That's the original CP3. Please do not forget it. And unfortunately, we do got to look around the league, even though the Sixers aren't active anymore. And we're about to go ahead and do that, man, and see what's going on and give you our take on it.
Let's go.
Tobias Harris still playing. Here we go. So we got the Timberwolves and the Spurs. You know, they're going head to head. Game 6, then game 5 just passed. After game 5, somebody goes up 3-2. It's just math. Somebody has to go up 3-2. So they're going back to Minnesota for game 6. Who do we like in that series, man?
My second favorite player, other than Steph Curry, is Wemby, man. That's not a Sixer. My second favorite non-Sixer player, excuse me. Wemby. So I'm going with Wemby.
Yeah. I like Wemby as well. I think he's going to be a a real problem. And he's on his way there now. And I do think they will win the series. I like Wemby on. I actually think they might go to the finals, keep it a being.
I agree.
And we got the Cavaliers versus the Pistons. Cavaliers went down 0-2, just like we did, but they came back and won 3 straight. They had an overtime game yesterday where Harden actually scored 30 points. Harden scored 30 points. It was terrible shooting, so I don't want to act like he was hooping. I think he went like 8 for like 30 something, but he scored 30 points. They went to overtime and they won. You know, so they lead the Detroit Pistons 3-2. Who do we like in that series?
I think the Pistons going to come back because I don't believe in James Harden when it comes to big games. To my knowledge, Donovan Mitchell also is another guy that has not stepped up when the game matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're up 3-2, the pressure's on them to close out. The pressure's not on the Pistons. The pressure's on them to close out. And I think the Pistons kind of have a deep squad. I mean, the fact that they, you know, I'm surprised Cleveland is actually leading this series, but they are. And you know, maybe I'm former biased because I used to root for the Pistons back in the 90s, but you know, Pistons.
You used to root for every team but the Sixers, which is crazy. You said the Knicks earlier. Now you saying the Pistons. You did. You said you.
Well, because the Sixers sucked in the night.
I'm still not rooting for no other team. I don't give a damn.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, that's what happened. I do think the Pistons will win that one. I just can't put my faith in James Harden. It's one of them things like I'm gonna have to see it. Show me it, and then I'll see it. But you know, narratives like that are made to be broken, and sometimes they broken in the best moments and the biggest breakthrough moments. So maybe he does break through and you know get a little run this year, but I don't see it. Cade Cunningham, I think they'll come. They already came back from 3-1 last time, so you know I got them coming back and advancing versus the Cavaliers. And just to look at that other series that went on in the West. Lakers got swept too. I don't know if y'all take any solace.
LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's pretty much getting to the end. I don't know if you take any solace in another team getting swept with us, but we lost and they lost. So that's the series. We got 2 active series right now. Spurs, Timberwolves. and Detroit, Cleveland. We both think Pistons and the Spurs will move on. So we'll follow that. That's how I look around the league playoff edition. And that's been our basketball segment of the No Box Sports Podcast, season 3, episode 22. And we're about to get out of here. But before we do, we're going to take a little sneak peek. We're going to take a little sneak peek at the Philadelphia Eagles schedule, because you know how the Eagles do every other year for the Eagles. Last year was our down year. Now this next year we might win a Super Bowl the way they be playing. It seemed like Super Bowl every other year the last 6 years. So we'll see, does that trend continue? But for all you diehard Philadelphia Eagles fans, that's all I care about is the Eagles. I'll watch the Flyers, who the Flyers got swept as well. I don't know what was going on in the city. Both our teams in the playoffs got swept in the second round. Phillies, and I wore my Flyers hoodie, so don't blame it on me.
He did.
Don't blame it on me. They just couldn't beat Carolina. And the Phillies, they've been playing a little better. They made their way to average play over the last 2 weeks, but they dug themselves such a hole. They're gonna have to really turn it up. But for my diehard Philadelphia Eagles fans, we do got some content out there for us to look at. We do got some content and something for us to focus on. We love when that schedule drops.
Big games.
Yeah.
Big games.
Yeah. The Eagles. We will be playing the Dallas Cowgirls on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving about to be lit, huh?
Yo. It's definitely a decision in regards to you focusing on the game, you focusing on the food. Figuring out how to do both.
Yeah, you must do both that day. We finally get to see some good football on Thanksgiving, because them Thanksgiving games don't be that good. But when your team in it, you don't care the quality. So we got the Dallas. Dallas made a couple moves this year, so that should be lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Philly Thanksgiving.
That's gonna be a big game, bro. That's gonna be a big game.
Yeah, we at Dallas, so I don't know why they made us go there. They should have made them come to Philly, but it is what it is. Hold on.
It's on Thanksgiving. You know how that goes. It's always in Dallas.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be ruining their Thanksgiving and eating the dry turkey league up there. Other notable games. Christmas. Houston.
Yeah,
Houston.
that could be another that could be a tough game, man. Houston, and that's a tough little stretch there, bro.
We ain't running through the schedule yet. We'll give y'all that later. Yeah, this not even official. This is just leaked. We ain't even supposed to be showing y'all this right now. We just doing this because we love y'all. This not supposed to be getting seen right now.
Right.
So we'll go through the schedule later. But yeah, that is a tough game. We got Houston on Christmas. Christmas
Eve. Yep.
Another notable game. We going week 5. We're going to London versus the Jaguars.
Yeah.
They had a good season last year. Second round of the playoffs. Improved. A couple pieces over there. And week 1, Washington Commanders at the crib. Week 1, Washington Commanders. We in the division from the rip. So we got some notable games in there. Anything else sticking out to you on the schedule?
Bro, I'll never get used to us being on prime time. I just never get used to that. We one of the main attractions of the league. We got a lot of prime time games.
Cool. Nobody likes us. We don't care. They like us now.
Yeah, they do.
They like us now. They love us now. Always putting us on a prime time game. But nothing else sticking out to you?
Nah, that's it.
None of these games.
That's it.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. And we'll come on here and we'll go through the schedule and the records and do our way too early predictions. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and don't go nowhere. I know the 76ers season is over, and we're actually hitting towards the end of our season 3. We hitting towards the end of our season 3. We wrapping it up, but y'all make sure y'all tap in with us, because we got 3 whole seasons back on YouTube that you can go back and watch and enjoy, and go back in the moments where we had happier times than we had today. But y'all must know, this is the No Box Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 22, brought to you by No Box Entertainment. And I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Doug.
And I'm the original CP3.
That's the original CP3. You better not ever forget it. And this episode has been season 3, episode 22. We just had to show y'all what it do, man. RIP our 76er season. I guess y'all can go ahead and watch the Phillies. We'll be back probably with the season finale of season 3 very soon, going through the Eagles schedule, doing our way too early Super Bowl predictions. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all stay cool out there because you know that weather is heating up, and we'll holler at y'all and throw a dollar at y'all. Peace.